Hey, greetings, everyone. It's Glenn Kellaway in the basement. Thought I'd come on and chat for a bit. If anybody's around, please come and say hello. I got to get my YouTube thing started up here, so bear with me for a second. Hope everyone's doing well. There we go. We're live. For a second. Hope everyone's doing well. That's it. There we go. We're live for a second. Hope everyone's doing well. That's it. There we go. We're live for a second. Hope everyone's doing well. What do I gotta do here? What do I gotta do here? Hey everyone, sorry about that. I screwed up. I don't know what the heck I was doing there. Anybody's around yet? I don't see anybody. Comments are on. 5 people watching, it says. Somebody comment, please, to see. Let me know you can hear me. I'd appreciate it. Press the play. Love the hat. Very cool. I wanted to talk about Revolver tonight, so I thought I'd wear my, hey, Jason, I thought I'd wear my Beatles hat. I am, maybe I should confess. 3 people watching, 2 left. Jeez, I've offended people already as soon as they saw a Beatles hat. I have a confession to make. Maybe I should make it while there's only 3 people on, then I won't be so embarrassed. There's 4 people on now. We'll see. We'll see. So I did a video a couple of weeks ago on Revolver. It got a lot of views, a lot of attention. Super excited about the box sets. Me too. I'm just trying to explain myself here. I did a video a couple of weeks ago talking about the Revolver box set, and the whole gist of the video was that it's too friggin' expensive, and I'm not going to buy it. I'm going to wait. Damn it. I'm not going to cave into these exorbitant prices. And now I regret that. I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I'm picking up the set on Friday. So now I'm all excited. It was, if you buy it from Amazon, I don't know if you guys in the US are having the same issues or wherever you are, but in Canada, it doesn't give the delivery date. It just says, will advise. So I called my local store today. It's actually a mall store, and they have it in the back already. So it's there guaranteed. So I'm going to be lined up. They said they wouldn't put one away for me. So I'm going to be there. It opens at 10 o'clock Friday morning. I'm going to be there at 10 to 10, grab the box, come home, do an opening, and totally embarrass myself on YouTube as the hypocrite of the year. But the reason I actually, I'm still up, it's only 8 o'clock. I'm not that old. The reason I am actually changed my mind about buying it is because I had the Rolling Stones vinyl box set, the mono set that was supposedly being reissued on October 21st on Amazon.uk, and I had $350 saved up for that, and it seems like that's not happening. So I have some mad money, so that's the only reason I'm giving in on the Beatles Revolver thing. So it was my second choice, so I'm doing it. Yeah, it's going to be pretty cool. I really, ideally, at the end of the whole thing, even regardless of when I pulled the trigger, I wanted to buy the 5 CD set and buy just the single vinyl album, just so I can have Revolver, the remix on vinyl, and then listen to all the outtakes and everything on CD, which I find much easier to do because if there's some CDs, Sam is finishing up guitar practice. He said he might come on in a few minutes. If anybody else wants to come on, please just say, "Hey, Glenn, I would love to come on with you," and I will put up a invitation. You're all welcome. Yeah. So yeah, Revolver's pretty cool. I heard when I was in the record store tonight looking around, I heard an album being played while I was in there, and I'm going, this sounds really good. And I thought it was Lana Del Rey. I thought it was a new Lana Del Rey album because I'm kind of a fan of hers. And I really like her NFR album, Norman effing Rockwell. I think it's a great album. And this album I'm listening to had some throwing around the F words. It was very adult. And it turns out it was the new Taylor Swift album. I freaking really liked it. And I had it in my hand going, do I want to buy a Taylor Swift album? I never thought I'd say I would. I have respect for her because I appreciate she writes her own music and does her own thing. And she doesn't try and be one of the pop girls, you know what I mean? Like the Katy Perry's and Pinks and all the ones that I consider kind of just, I'll kind of lump them all together. But so I'm going to give that Taylor Swift album a listen on Spotify and see if I liked it as much as I did in the store because I was really impressed. So I don't know if any of you guys out there have heard it or have any comments to make about it. It would be interesting to hear your thoughts, whether you're a Taylor Swift fan. Let me know. Everybody's pretty quiet. I'm just rambling on here because I hate dead air, but I could just sit back and have a nap and wait for you. Go ahead. Yeah, see, it's not so easy. Well, just have a nap. There's 9 people in the house now, and nobody wants to make any comments. They just want to hear me ramble on about nothing. So Taylor Swift, Revolver. Now there's 6. There was 9. Now there's 6. I don't know. Now there's 7. This is interesting. Just watching this go up a day, like the stock market here, or interest rates, but they don't go down. So I did a contest entry today for a channel called Concert Buddy. I don't know if anybody saw my thing, but Concert Buddy, CONCERT space BUDDIE, Concert Buddy. He's got a pretty good channel. He's got a really cool contest going on where you kind of do a shout out and promote his channel and then promote other channels in the VC. So I promoted Sam St. John and Rich Strickler and Randall Nelson and my friend Erwin from Germany, Taste the Dirt Through Your Ears, and John from Music Talk with John. And it was a fun one to do. So I don't know if you guys have favorite channels you want to give a shout out to even while we're on here. I'd be interested in what you have to say. And I'm still up. And now it's 8:30. Okay. So Jason Peg says, that might be about, I don't know, is that about Taylor Swift? Press to Play is looking forward to the unboxing. Press to Play, what are you getting? Are you getting the vinyl? Are you getting the CD? Elliot Cruz. Hi, Elliot. Wow. Northern Reflections. If you guys want to come on, I'm putting up a link. Rob, you're welcome. Elliot, you're welcome. Please, come on, let's talk. Elliot, let's talk some bluegrass. Very cool. Press to Play, getting both box sets. Shh. Don't tell the wife? Oh my God. You are a rich man. Can I borrow some money? Wow, that's very cool. I wish the heck. Rob's coming on. Wow, both box sets. That is gluttony. That's insane. I want to propose a question to everybody. There's 12 people watching. That's awesome. So, as I was saying, I had my order in for the Rolling Stones mono vinyl box set that um, Amazon UK was trying to say was coming out, and it didn't come to fruition. So I have $350. So I'm going to throw a question out to everybody out here. If you had $350 worth of Mad Money and you had to spend it on music, you couldn't put it in your bank account and save it. We don't want any of this stuff going. But Elliot's not going to come on tonight. Oh, that's too bad, Elliot. We should talk, Elliot, and then one day we'll do a bluegrass chat. I would love to do that. I'll message you on Instagram. Let's pick a time. So anyway, let's do the premise here. If you had $350 and you had to spend it on music, what's coming out now, or what would you like to buy? Is it a box set? Is there somebody's catalog you'd like to pick up on? What records you'd pick up? If there's some holy grail that would cost $300 that you'd want, let's play around with that and see what you guys are saying. I'll be a poor man. Yes, you will be a poor man. Yes. But you'll have Revolver on vinyl and on CD. That's pretty cool. Elliot, I saw a guy on the other day. Oh, man, I wish I could remember his channel. He went to a thrift store, and somebody brought in all these mint bluegrass albums. He ended up with Rounder 000077, and he ended up with the Skaggs Rice album, Ricky Skaggs' Sweet Temptation, and another one. I can't remember what it was. Go on Reverb and find a nice deal on a used mandolin. I would like that. Okay, we're getting some guests here. Rob from Northern Reflections is joining us. Hey, Rob.
How you doing, Glenn?
Good, man. Thanks for coming on.
No problem, man.
How are things? I should have worn my Leaf hat. You got your Canadians hat.
It's that or the Jays. I don't know what to say.
No Raptors, eh?
No, I'm not into
Yeah, it was a nice haul, Elliot. Yeah. Elliot, are you telling me to go buy a mandolin? Are you buying a mandolin? I hardly find time to practice my banjo, so I'm not going to start learning a new instrument now. What are you up to, Rob?
Not much, man. Not much. Just put my kid to bed.
Jeff's here. Jeff, do you want to come on? You can.
Hey, Jeff.
You certainly can. Your dad, you get the kiddies to bed?
Yep.
Wow. Are they getting up? Are they old enough for Halloween and that yet? Or
I just got one, and he's 6. Yeah, he's beyond excited.
Oh,
every
man.
day is it Halloween today?
Yeah. Jeff, join us. We can get a Canadian corner going here. Rob, myself.
That's right.
Yeah.
Jeff actually lives about 15 minutes down the road from me.
Does he?
We have not got together yet, but we're planning on it.
Oh, cool. Jeff, come on. Comb your hair. Let's go.
I styled mine just for the event.
Me too. Got mine all ready to go. Yeah. Yeah, you got to do a perm before you come on or something.
Right.
Yeah.
If I don't wear the hat, there's too much glare.
Jeff, my youngest's birthday is Halloween. Oh, is that good or bad? Elliot's looking for a used lefty mandolin on sale. Hopefully he'll cut the price so I might grab it. Wow, that would be hard to find a used lefty mandolin, I'm sure.
Are looking for lefty mandolins like looking for lefty guitars? They're kind of hard to find.
I would even think more scarce.
Really? Yeah, I guess so.
Well, there's a lot less mandolin players than there would be.
I'm actually left-handed, but when I decided to learn to play guitar 20 years ago, somebody said to me, "You don't know how to play, so you might as well just learn to play right-handed." And I did, and obviously, I'm glad I did because it's a lot easier to find instruments.
Or you could,
as you can see, I have a few there.
Yeah, you could do a Jimmy and.
True.
Soon, Rob. I think Rob's going to enter. That'd be cool.
Yeah, I think he means we're going to get together soon, one of these days.
Oh,
Jeff and I.
soon. Oh,
We've been
soon, Rob. Oh, yeah.
we've been trying to plan to go to one of the record shops in the next town over where Jeff lives, and just schedule wise, it hasn't always worked out. So we're trying to one of these days.
You guys are out Kitchener way,
He's
right?
in Kitchener, I'm in Guelph.
And what about Jamie Cottle?
I think Jeff and him have got together. I've never even met Jamie, not even virtually. So
Jamie's an awesome guy.
I've heard.
Yeah. Yeah. I'd like to get together with him one time. Because I'm way east. I would like to get everybody to maybe meet in Toronto.
We should. We got
sometime.
a great Southern Ontario crowd in the vinyl community.
Yeah. Yeah. Just have a big get together. It'd be fun. You could have a whole
Yep.
day. Just
Brian from Embryotic Robot, he and I are going to get together in the next couple of weeks. We're going to go to Sonic Boom Records in Toronto.
Sonic Boom's a great store.
Yeah, I've been there in years, so
yeah.
I'm going to head
it's
there.
Really good. It's a bit pricey, but they got great inventory.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't tend to go there because it's a pain in the ass to get to, but it's worth making the trip. So
yeah. Oh no, I love that store. I used to go when I was in Toronto. I used to go all the freaking time.
I still miss Sam the Record Man.
Oh yeah, me too. I grew up at Sam the Record Man.
Yep.
Yeah, that was it for me from the time like back in the '60s, and yeah. And when my kids were young, I used to go to the Boxing Day sales.
Nice.
They used to open at 8 a.m. on Boxing Day.
Wow.
And at one point they had great sales, like they'd have albums for $1.
Right.
If you were first ones in line. And I used to bundle my kids up, get them up early on Boxing Day, like 5 a.m.
Nice.
Freezing freaking cold out.
Yep.
And make them line up at Sam's. But that's all they knew in their childhood at Christmas time was going to Sam the Record Man.
My copy of the White Album, my dad bought at Sam the Record Man, back in the day, and I still have it.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah. It's called Sam the Record Man, but it's not affiliated with the Snyderman family or anything.
Right.
But there's a Sam the Record Man.
Was it one of the franchisees just bought it and
kept it when they franchised out before they went under, like a few years before they went under, they did have some franchise stores, and this one kept. When they shut it down, they somehow asked or did something legally where they could keep the name.
Oh, that's good.
But it's owned by another store. I don't know if you ever see them. They're called Now and Then.
No.
There's one in Oshawa, and there's one, I forget where else. They got a couple of stores, and they own the Sam the Record Man franchise. So,
nice.
Which, it's a mall store now. It's really
but at least it's cut in some way. It's a little.
It's got the name, and you can buy T-shirt. You can get a Sam the Record Man T-shirt from them.
Oh, that's nice.
Yeah, which is pretty cool. So, look at that. Elton John even visits Sonic Boom. I didn't know that.
I didn't either.
Wow. Interesting.
Well, he must know about it. His husband's from Toronto.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
David, whatever his name is.
Yeah, that's true. And Elton, I'm sure Elton's probably in and out of town here a lot more often than we know, visiting his in-laws.
Can you imagine walking through the airport, you see Elton John there? Give me a break.
Yeah. He probably takes his glasses off and puts a hat on, and no one knows who the hell he is.
He probably has a private jet, I'm guessing.
Yeah, that's true too. Yeah.
If I had his money, I would.
Good evening. Tears in the rain. Except the weather's so nice now, we're not getting any rain or any tears. There's a pic of Elton on their website. Oh, cool. I've never looked at that. You ever come to Toronto? You come to Toronto? You ever go? Do you hit any of the instrument stores here?
I mean, I'm in Toronto pretty much every day for work,
okay.
But I try not to venture downtown because it's just such a pain in the ass.
The Danforth.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Do you ever go Danforth and Woodbine where the 12th fret is?
Yep.
You ever been in that store?
I have.
That's
the other one that's really good downtown. I can't even tell you where it is because I'd have to Google it. Is Capsule Music, and
that's on Queen Street West, right?
I think they moved. I don't know if they're still there, but they have some great instruments. And when some of the good guitar players come to town, that's where they go.
Yeah,
like Noel Gallagher's been in there, and
really,
yeah.
I get the feeling I've been in that store.
It used to
Don't they have some
be,
used stuff in the back or something? Didn't they
yeah,
have
yeah. So it used to be, I think it was on Queen Street, and there was a park across the road. Well, they've moved since then, and now they're in some alley somewhere.
Yeah?
I haven't been down there in years, but
Cool. Yeah, I think I've been in that store.
I
And there
try
was
to
a
stay out of guitar stores because, again, as you can see, I've got a bit of a
yeah.
problem with guitars,
I
and
I
that's
I always
only
go to Sonic Boom, especially because they carry like, I'm a banjo player, and they carry all, like, top line banjos and a lot of acoustic instruments, which I'm more into, so
I like that comment. What's your favorite Canadian band? Mine is Nickelback. Good lord.
I think oops, I mean
Oops.
Rush.
What is your favorite Canadian band, Glenn?
Lowest of the low.
Nice. That's a good one. I could get behind that.
Yeah.
Mine's obviously Blue Rodeo because I talk about them all the time.
I love Blue Rodeo.
I have, I mean, I've done several videos about them, but I have a long history with those guys. I've met them all many
Yeah.
times. I've been backstage at concerts. I'm friends with one of the guys that played in the band for 20 years.
Wow.
Bob Egan, who was their pedal steel player, he's retired now. He used to play with Wilco before Blue Rodeo. Good friend of mine. He and
Wow.
he's actually coming to my house at some point, and we're going to do a video where he's going to share stories of albums that he's played on that I own.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Because he was with Freakwater, and then he was with Wilco, and then he toured with Billy Bragg for a while, and then he was
Wow,
with Blue
that's nice.
Rodeo, and he's played with the Tragically Hip doing
Wow.
session stuff. So
Some heavyweights. That's pretty cool.
I think that'll be an interesting video one of these
Yeah.
days.
That'd be a great video.
Yeah, we just have to work out schedules because now that he's a
Yeah.
working man with a real job, and so am I, it's just working out schedules.
That's tough, musicians.
I know, eh?
Tough to make a living. That's the sad part.
Yeah, you'd be surprised how little I mean, the way. So when he was in Blue Rodeo, the way that worked is there's 7 guys in the band.
Mhm.
There's 4 of them that own the corporation that is the band, and the other 3 guys are contract players.
That would
So
be
they just
Basil, or
Basil, Greg, Jim, and Glenn.
yeah.
And then the other guys are under contract. So
Okay.
they get paid a certain amount for touring. They get paid a certain
Yeah.
amount for doing playing on records and whatever. And
Mhm.
it's not a lot, believe it or not. So,
Wow. What's Bobby Weissman doing these days?
I have no idea.
Man, that guy was a musician.
He was crazy, wasn't he? To watch him play, it's like he was in another world, just off in some kind of trance. He was pretty amazing.
Yeah. My favorite Canadian bands are Arcade Fire and Wolf Parade. Wolf Parade, I have no idea who they are,
Me neither.
and I'm casual Arcade Fire. Like somebody gave me a CD and I have it, and I enjoy it, but no, I don't know. We should get together for a beer one day, Rob. Love to meet you. I'm harmless. Don't worry. LOL.
Yeah, I'm sure you are, Andrew. And we should. We absolutely should. I'll have a
And where does
Coke
he
with-
live?
He is in, I think, Hamilton, or maybe I
Oh,
shouldn't say
well,
that.
we won't
Maybe he
hold
doesn't
that
want me to
against you.
say. He's somewhere not too far from here.
Canadian Junkies are a great Canadian band.
Cowboy Junkies, yes, they are.
Cowboy. Did I say Canadian Junkies?
You
Cowboy
did.
Junkies.
I think I've got a couple Cowboy Junkies albums kicking
Yeah,
around.
I got
here
a few.
somewhere.
I'm a big fan. Do you like? Are you familiar with Blackie and the Rodeo Kings and Tom Wilson and all?
Oh my
those guys?
God, I've met all those guys several
Yeah.
times.
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So Tom Wilson does that alter ego thing, the Lee Harvey.
Lee Harvey Osmond, yeah.
Yeah.
Tom
So
just
that
lives.
first Lee Harvey Osmond album was produced by Michael Timmons from
Yes,
Cowboy Junkies, and Margot sings on it.
I'm not a big fan of his Lee Harvey Osmond stuff.
Oh,
but
really? I love it.
I love the Blackie and the Rodeo King stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I've got a couple of their albums. I've got what's that one? North, I think it's called. I've got that on vinyl. I've got a couple others on CD.
Yeah, they're great.
But I've met them a few times.
Yeah. Yeah, I've met them all too. It's at one point or another.
Yeah.
Colin Linden is just an amazing talent too.
Isn't
all
he?
three of them are.
Yeah. And he's done so much, session stuff and so much
Oh.
producing stuff and albums you wouldn't even have thought that he had a hand in.
He's been really successful since he moved to Nashville too. Like,
Absolutely.
I mean, he kind of was somewhat responsible for the music they played on that Nashville TV show, and he used to be in the show sometimes. And
Yeah. So funny story about Black and the Rodeo King. Stephen Fearing, the other third guy in the band, used to live in Guelph.
Yeah,
And
that's right.
years ago, and I'm talking like 2004 or 5, maybe, I was working in a paint store, and I was in the back making paint for somebody, and I got called up to the front because someone had a technical question, and I was the technical guy. So I walk out front, and it's Stephen Fearing, and I went, "Holy shit, you're Stephen Fearing." He goes, "You know who I am?" I'm like, "Are you kidding me? I just saw you 2 weeks ago at the Molson Amphitheater." Steve and I got talking about music. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah. They're all three of them are so talented.
Oh yeah.
It's a great band to see live. I went to see the show they did at Massey Hall. I saw some. Were they just at Massey Hall last week?
Something like
And
that. Yeah.
Daniel Lanois was playing with them,
Yeah.
and so I saw them in 2000. I got a poster on the wall. It's a date on it. 2014, I think. When they put out that Kings and Queens album, the album when they had the
Yep.
female artists on it. And they
Friend of
did a
mine
live
played it.
show at Massey Hall, and they brought Amy Helm with them and Serena
Yeah.
Ryder, and I forget who else played. Ron Sexsmith came out
Yeah.
and played. Oh, and Murray McLaughlin came out
Yeah.
and played. It was one of the best concerts I've ever been to, bar
Yeah.
none. I don't care. Led Zeppelin, Jimi Hendrix. It was just a great.
That would have been an incredible show for sure.
It was unbelievable. Who's this? Jeff says, love to see a Scenery and Fish LP release.
I don't know that.
Me neither.
All right, I don't sound so stupid then.
Yeah.
I mean, I might sound stupid, but
oh, that's too easy, Elliot.
that's like the holy trinity of Canadian music.
Yeah, unless you're going to throw the band in there, and then.
Oh, I love the band.
Junk House. Yeah, I saw
Junk House.
I saw Junk House at the El Macombo in the '90s with Chris Whitley. I don't know if you know him.
Yep. Lulu's. I'm too young to have gone to Lulu's, but I remember my parents going because they were big music goers.
Yeah, I think that was a pretty crazy place. I never went there. Buddy Guy coming back to Massey Hall. I just saw Buddy Guy in Orlando in the spring, and he was amazing. In the summer, he was amazing. Still good. He's still got it for 86 years old. He's still putting on a good show. So go if you get a chance, because I don't think he's coming back.
I'm actually ashamed to admit, because I mean, my thing is Canadian music. I've never actually been to a show at Massey Hall. I know
really?
It's a bucket list.
Oh, you got to go.
I mean, everyone that I love plays Massey Hall. I just haven't gone.
Oh, yeah, you got to do that.
The Guess Who. I love the Guess Who.
Yeah, how can you not? Amazing band.
I've met Burton Cummings.
Yeah, I have some Burton Cummings stories. He's a bit of a weird dude.
I met him. I graduated from the University of Guelph in 2001, and they were giving him an honorary doctorate in music, and they did it during my graduation because I have a liberal arts degree, I have a history degree. So he was seated up there beside the chancellor. So you go up on stage, and the chancellor confers your degree on you, and then you walk off stage. And I thought to myself, I got to say hi to Burton Cummings because it's Burton Cummings. So I wasn't supposed to, but I'm like, I shook his hand, and it's, nice to meet you and whatever. He was bored out of his mind, but he perked up and shook my hand.
That's cool. So he used to like to party a little bit. And,
so I've heard.
The 1970s, when I was in college, on our pub night, we had, McLean and McLean used to do that toilet bowl humor, and yeah. So he was big time friends with those guys, and they did our pub night one night, and Sam St. John's coming in. Hey, Sam.
There he is.
So Burton Cummings showed up. We're all just sitting there partying, carrying on. Burton Cummings shows up. He's so drunk that he can hardly stand on the stage. Like I've never seen a guy so hammered. Anyway, that didn't go so well. And then at the same time, I went to school with this woman whose husband, his name is Bill King, and he was a drummer and played in tons of bands, and one of them being Lighthouse after Skip Prokop. After he left, it was one of the later incarnations. Anyway, he started a band. I can't remember what they were called, and they got picked up by Columbia or something. And they got moved to LA. Like they were really going to promote this band. They moved them to LA, so she had to quit school, and they all moved down there. And the record company put them up and said, "Don't do anything. Don't go out and play. Just practice, and we'll bring you into the studio, make an album, and all that stuff." So Burton Cummings was down there recording that first solo album of his with Stand Tall on it and all that.
Yeah.
He ended up living with them.
No kidding.
He had nowhere to go. And she would
Wow.
send letters going, "This guy's the biggest arsehole. I wish he'd get the hell out of my house."
While I love the Guess Who, I've always been more of a Randy Bachman fan. I thought he was sort of the. I mean, Cummings is a great songwriter, but
Yeah.
I think Randy Bachman was more of the talent in that band.
Massey Hall is outstanding, Jeff. You are certainly correct. Incredible. My favorite venue. Yeah, my favorite venue too. I've seen so many people there.
I
My
feel like
first
such a
concert there was
fraud having never been there.
my first concert there was Cream in 1968.
Wow.
Yeah, so I've seen tons of people there. John Prine, who Sam is a big fan of.
I was
Hey,
just
Sam.
practicing. Hey, everybody.
Do you know Rob? You were on like
Yeah, for the first time.
Okay.
Yeah, we're old friends at this point. Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm getting sick of them at this point. Yeah.
We're not going to talk about Star Wars this time.
Exactly. Yeah. Although when we did, we got like 10 new viewers. But
that's true. We did.
No, I've got like 50 songs lined up for Sunday, and I was just going through them in order.
You're doing a gig on Sunday.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow. Solo.
Yeah, solo. It's my first gig, like outside of like the band.
So do you take people want to ask you to place a request?
Absolutely not.
Yeah.
No. No, I'm not. I don't. I don't.
Well, you can say I'll take requests, and then every time they ask you, just go, I don't know that one.
Exactly. Every time I play it, it's Sam Stone by Jon Prine. No, I don't do requests. I would never be a request guy.
Do you gig at all, Rob? Or are you?
Oh shit, no.
No, never done that.
This is all for show.
Yeah.
Now you know what? It's no, I don't gig. I can play, obviously. I taught myself to play, and I like to say that I'm the world's most average, shitty guitar player.
Well, we're all like that, I think.
It was the kind of thing that I had no aspirations of ever being in a band or whatever. I just wanted to learn to play an instrument and just be able to play along to my favorite album. I've had friends that, they play in a bar and like, come on up and play a song with me. I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I played in tons of, like, I always did it part-time. I entertained thoughts of doing it full-time when I like the late 70s and that. And then I like to eat. I can't starve to death. So I always just did part-time gigs on weekends and had bands that did that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Get rid of that. Tears in the Rain. Hi, John. How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you, Glenn?
Good, man.
Else?
Thanks for coming on with us.
Yeah, I have optimal AirPod battery, so I'll see how long this lasts.
Okay. You're a little quiet. Maybe you can, I don't know if you can speak up or move into a mic or so. Oh, that's scary.
Sorry,
scared me.
I was trying to turn the volume up. That's why.
It was like your hand was over the speaker or something.
Okay.
Elliot wants to know what song you're opening with, Sam. He said John, and then the next thing he said, I mean Sam.
I know Elliot knows who I am. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's my neighbor to the south down in North Carolina.
Elliot's just the coolest dude ever lived.
Elliot, for now, I'm opening because I want to start with something that I'm real familiar with. So I'm opening with "You Ain't Going Nowhere."
That's the best way to do it.
Yeah.
Open us up because you're always a bit nervous, and once you get the first one under your belt, that's
exactly. Yeah. So I want to do one I don't want to do one I've never done before.
No, that's good. Always do something.
And for now, and preliminarily, that's a word. The last song will be "Paradise."
Yeah.
So.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah. And always be rehearsed. Might seem.
Exactly.
When I lived in Alberta in the 80s, I was friends with this woman, and her boyfriend played in Ian Tyson's band.
Oh wow!
And we went out one night, and he also had his own band. And I said, "Hey, can I get up and do a song with you guys?" And he goes, "Glenn, let me tell you something." He says, "Sometimes it looks like it's unrehearsed, but it's always rehearsed. We're not going to have anybody, just pop up, right?"
Right.
So, yeah.
But yeah, it's going to be a lot of mellower stuff because it's a small, little tiny restaurant up in the mountains. So it's like a destination restaurant. People go there to go eat.
So if no one shows up, do you still have to play?
Yeah, I mean they're paying me. They're giving me food and drink, and then they're also paying me a flat fee. And then
I love that. Just like one person in the crowd, and you're still playing like there's 100.
Oh yeah, I mean they're going to pay me, and I'm going to have a tip jar. So.
Yes, Elliot. Elliot's naming all the favorite Canadian artists. We've got, Canadians on here
I
tonight.
know Rob and I agree. We both enjoy our Brian Adams too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, his voice
Everyone
grates on me
dismisses
now.
him because he was so successful. Like, his music shit.
Yeah,
It's
you
not-
stay away from it. Yeah.
No, the guy's awesome. I loved Brian Adams. I was a big fan, but now I find his voice kind of grates on me or something.
Really?
Yeah,
It
I don't know why.
depends.
I don't listen to anyone.
It depends on the song. I mean, I found not on this most recent album, which is actually really good. The album before that, Shine a Light, there were a couple songs in there that just sounds like his vocal cords got dragged across a cheese grater. But then there were other songs that sounded as good as he did in the late 80s. It's just
I don't know if
really
you guys
tried.
were watching me when I first came on, but I'm telling you, I was in a record store tonight and they're playing an album while I'm looking through and I'm going, this sounds really freaking good. It was a woman, and I'm thinking, it reminded me of Lana Del Rey. I don't know if you're familiar with her work, but I'm a big fan. She's got an album, Norman effing Rockwell, which is just outstanding singer-songwriter album. But it really reminded me of that. It was the new Taylor Swift album.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, give it a listen.
My wife has been on me about this, that I need to make a video that is titled, I'd like to confess I'm a Swiftie.
Are you a
She
Taylor
said-
Swift fan?
I love Taylor Swift. Are you kidding me?
I've just ignored her. It's not like I don't like her. I've just ignored it.
So my wife says, I don't understand. She goes, you have no problem showing a Spice Girls record, but you're embarrassed to admit you like Taylor Swift. And I said, well, that's fair. Yeah, I like the new album. It's great.
It's fantastic. I had it in my hand. I'm going, should I buy it?
I've got it on pre-order. So
I liked her past two records a lot more than this one, Folklore and Evermore, because
they were fantastic.
They were produced by, well, this one was too, but those two mostly were produced by the main songwriter and pianist of my favorite band, The National, Aaron Dessner.
Oh.
He's a great producer. I mean,
Aaron Dessner and I have a mutual friend. I know I'm friends with his manager.
Really?
I know his manager in real life.
No way, man.
Absolutely.
Yeah, they're from Cincinnati, Ohio, The National, which is like 3 hours from me. So, yeah, if you ever heard The National, Glenn, check them out.
I've heard of the band, but I've never listened to them.
They did a massive Grateful Dead tribute a few years ago.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, massive. It's like,
wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I would rather sit in a sports restaurant or sports bar and listen to a guy playing guitar or piano than I would go to an arena. Oh, big time. Me too, Elliot.
Well, Elliot, come on up. I need the support at the restaurant.
Yeah.
They'll give me enough meal money. I'll buy you a pizza or something.
I'm thinking of coming down. Cosmic Torpedoes live.
Live, yeah. I'm supposed to be there 5 to 7:30.
You can catch a flight in that time, Glenn. Come on, you should come.
I'd come see you, Sam, but it's a bit of a drive.
I think
12
Sam,
hours, Rob. You're there.
Yeah, exactly.
Sam, where are you from? West Virginia?
Virginia. Oh, West Virginia.
Virginia.
That's an insult right there.
Oh, I'm sorry. Hey, I'm the closest to him to all you guys. I'm in Ohio, so I mean
that's an insult, like calling Glenn and I Americans.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Right.
Well, in the broadest sense, you are Americans.
No, Jesus Christ, don't say that.
Hey, we kicked your ass in 1812.
That's right.
Forget it. Where's the restaurant, Sam? I think you got yourself a.
Well, I think Elliot.
How far is Elliot from you? A couple hours?
I want to know. Elliot's 3 or 4. He might be 4 hours. I think if you correct me, Elliot, you're kind of in like the western part of North Carolina. I think I might be wrong, but the restaurant's actually closer to West Virginia than it is to North Carolina.
I thought Elliot was close to the highway, 81 South or 95 or whatever the heck it is.
He's near 95, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not sure what part of North Carolina. North Carolina is bigger than you think, like in terms of like one spot versus the other.
Elliot and I talked about getting together for a meal when I was on my way through.
Oh, that would be cool.
You always monopolize all my time, Sam.
I know. Yeah. Yeah. When's the you said you're flying down to Florida next?
November 6th. Coming back on the 11th. Just a quick flight.
Nice.
$250 each. Couldn't
Jeez.
resist.
That's not bad.
That's pretty cheap.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
Oh, okay. Elliott's in Central, Fayetteville, and Raleigh. Okay, Raleigh is like
Okay.
3 hours ish from me.
Yeah, I've driven by Raleigh then.
I've been there many times.
Yeah.
Wow. That's very cool.
The restaurant Elliott's it's in a little town called Eggleston, which is closer. It's close to like Blacksburg, like Virginia Tech area.
So how far is that from your place?
Just a smidge over an hour.
Yeah.
Heading west. Yeah.
He's about 18 miles from. Oh, that's wow. We're in Florida, Dave. I'm Orlando is where my daughter lives. I'm not on a plane. I'm flying down. I actually am flying down.
Oh.
Just gotta flap my wings really hard.
I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to promote a video that Rich and I did today. Well, for one thing, Rich and Glenn and I ranked the songs on the first John Prine album, which he just posted this morning.
I saw that come up today.
Not many views on it, but it's fun. Whether you like John Prine or not, if you enjoy Rich, Glenn, and I, then you should watch it.
Screw John Prine. It's
Screw John Prine. But we also today we did it with our first because we do a series where we rank classic albums, and we just finished number 20 with Glenn, and so every time we hit that 10 mark, we rank the number one songs from the last 10.
Oh.
So today we ranked from Blonde on Blonde to John Prine, and Glenn happened to bookend our second season of the series, if you will. So that should be posting tomorrow afternoon.
Well, that's cool. I didn't know you did that.
Yeah, we've only done it one other time.
Wow. Elliot's gonna check out our video.
Oh yeah, it's on Rich's channel.
So I don't know if you heard my confession at the start of the thing here. When I went on live chat, I'm caved and I'm buying the Revolver Deluxe.
Oh boy.
On vinyl?
No, on CD.
Oh well.
I canceled my Amazon order because Amazon's not saying when they're going to ship it. They say we'll advise when we're going to ship. And I phoned the local record store today, and they said they already have it in the warehouse. It's sitting in the back. I said, "Are you sure you're going to have it Friday?" And they said, "Yeah, it's sitting here already."
Really?
Ready to go. So I went, "Okay, I'm coming by Friday morning, 10 o'clock. I'll have it in my hand."
I pre-ordered it the day that it was launched, and I pre-ordered it directly from the Beatles web store.
Yeah.
Because I couldn't resist the impulse. And I do it every time. I've done it for every box set. And then I kick myself because I could just go to my local record store the day that it comes out and buy it, and I never do.
Yeah, you'll be waiting 2 weeks for the Beatles. That's what I always find when I buy anything from an artist website. As much as you like to support the artist, especially smaller artists, it seems like forever before you get the frickin' product.
The only artist I ever had good luck with that is I always pre-ordered everything Blue Rodeo put out, and I would always have it before the album was released.
That's how you should be.
Should
appreciate you.
We'll see. I'm looking at my Amazon order because I got the CD set, and they're saying I'm not getting it till the 11th.
Yeah, I'll have it on the 28th.
But see, I'm only paying like $109 for it on Amazon. If I go to a record store, I'm going to pay like $130.
Well, actually, so in Canada it's $170, and I'm getting it for the same price. So
it's like $250 for the vinyl.
Jeez.
Yeah, the vinyl's ridiculous. I think it's even over $250, isn't it?
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean, I think it was two.
No way I'm doing that.
Yeah, I think it was $256 or something American. I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I stupidly did it.
Hey, at least you're getting a big box instead of the little box for All Things Must Pass. It was like $250 or something like that. I still can't believe how they got away with that. I mean,
that sucked. What they did with the vinyl set.
Yeah, on Amazon US for vinyl for the full set, they're saying $192 is how much they're charging.
111 was to be delivered now November 13th. Yeah, I don't know why
I'm the same, Bob.
Amazon's not getting it delivered. They should have it on your doorstep the day it comes out. It should be sitting here.
Yeah, I know, especially if you pre-order it. Like you should be on that first shipment out of there.
Yeah.
Did you ever end up biting the bullet on the Bruce Springsteen, Glenn?
It's not out yet. I'm just gonna buy it when I'll go to. That's another one. That'll be easy to get. That'll be like just walk and get it off the rack at the store.
For anybody that cares, Van Morrison has another album coming out in March,
which will sound just like the last one.
Actually,
It's all
It-
skiffle or something, isn't it?
the song was really good. It actually sounds like a return to form. The last two albums were not very good,
Yeah.
but this one sounds like it's going to be good.
Van's just putting out too much stuff for me, and you should wait until he's got a good solid album, rather than just putting out crap with his name on it. As far as I'm concerned, sorry, Van, but I can be as cranky as Van. See,
You just got to wear. You have to wear your fedora when you talk about Van.
what the hell is that? The first Hazel Dickens Alice Gerard album from 1965 has been remastered and reissued on Folkways. I'll probably do an album review on it if it gets on time. Boy, that's names from the past. That's early folkies.
Yeah, I don't know them.
Yeah.
Elliot's always pulling out the more obscure.
Yeah, it's really old time. I guess bluegrassy, but kind of what I would consider old time music.
John, where did you say you're located?
I'm in Northeast Ohio. I'm about 30 minutes from Cleveland, so I'm pretty close to just over Lake Erie for Glenn. Yeah, I'm in Northeast Ohio.
Okay.
Yeah, Oberlin to be exact.
I had a friend who went to school in Bowling Green, Ohio, for his master's.
Oh yeah, nice. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's about.
Have you ever been to John? Have you ever been to Oberlin, Ohio? Did John freeze up on us? You there,
Say it
John?
again, John?
I work in.
Have you ever been to Oberlin, Ohio?
Yes, my wife. I live in Oberlin.
No way.
I do. That's why I said I live in Oberlin. I'm not joking. I'm not joking. I said I live not near the. I live near the college. I live like right outside the college. So
Are
basically,
you guys familiar with that college, the music college in Oberlin, Ohio?
kind of. I've been into the conservatory before. Me and my buddies actually will go into the practice rooms because they're open for anyone, mostly just for the students. It's so cool to go there. Yeah,
Because I went there and saw Bela Fleck and the Flecktones, and it was like a church or something. It was like a
Finney Chapel. Yeah.
Yeah, Finney Chapel.
Yeah. My
Incredible.
Great sound. My dad saw Chris Thiele and the Punch Brothers at
No way.
Yes, and he saw Leo Kottke too there.
Oh,
great.
great.
I know.
That is a cool place to visit.
It is. Yeah.
Wow, you live right in Oberlin. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. I mean, it's beautiful. You know, the square and everything. This beautiful location. I love all the parks and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh man, I don't know if you've ever had this problem, Glenn. I'm supposed to do an album coming up. It's the new Arctic Monkeys album, and I loved it, but I have no intention of listening to it. But I'm supposed to rebound my chance, and it's just like I don't know why. I like it. I'm gonna give it a high score. I just don't want to listen to it. I don't know what it is. Some
really?
albums are like that for me, where like because I like it because it's more. It's kind of sounds like David Bowie-ish kind of, and I really like that sound for them. I've been a fan of Arctic Monkeys for the longest time, but I just have no intention of listening to it a second time other than a few singles. Like I don't know if I don't want to force myself to listen to it, but it's like I kind of have an obligation to review this thing. And
that's disappointing.
I'm having trouble.
Yeah, I was like that with a couple releases.
Please check your Wi-Fi network.
Have you been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame, John?
No, and I don't intend on going.
Really? I was there. I went there in late 90s, maybe?
I'd love to go.
I know it's 40 minutes from me. It's really close to me, but just with
It's kind of cool.
With the artists they're letting in, I have a controversial opinion on this.
Yeah.
I think I respect the artists that they do put in, like A Tribe Called Quest, obviously. You know, I'm into all that stuff. But who has influenced rock more? A Tribe Called Quest or Grand Funk Railroad?
Yeah.
Run DMC or Jethro Tull? You know, that's my thing. It's like I think that they should be honored, and they are in some other Hall of Fame.
Actually, you could probably make a good argument that Run DMC was more influential in their genre of music than
I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
guess
then
in
Grand
that,
Funk
the
but
was.
beef is, and I could see it, it's the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. It's not the
Yeah.
music. Hall of Fame.
exactly. And
It's
there
the
are
title
some,
of the hall. It should be just the
Right.
Music Hall of Fame.
yeah, call it the Music Hall of Fame or the contemporary or
Or
whatever
the
you want to call it. There are
contemporary or
some-
popular music hall of fame.
Right.
But here's
Like-
the thing. Here's the thing, John. You're depriving yourself of the experience. Set aside that some of the people they let in are not deserving. The actual hall part where they have the honorees, who gives a shit? It's the museum part of it that's incredible. And by not
Yeah.
going to see it, you're missing out on seeing some absolutely cool shit. I remember I walked in the first time I went, walked around the corner, and there's one of Hendrix's white Strats hanging on the wall. And I'm like, holy shit.
That's
Yeah.
true.
You know, so
Yeah,
yeah, I agree. I don't respect a lot of the people that they're letting in now.
Mhm.
So glad that I've been to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame because of the artifacts that they have on display there.
Yeah.
that is true.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy went there last year with his girlfriend. I'm like, dang, man, what you would have told me. So,
Yeah, you should go.
I definitely should.
Plus, they have the Get Back display right now for the Beatles.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they've got like a ton of the rooftop stuff.
Oh, wow. That's pretty cool.
Yeah. Like I think like Ringo's Red Jacket is there, and drum kits. The Epiphone is there.
Oh, wow. Very
The-
cool.
Yeah,
It'd be
I
good
think
to see.
the SG is there. Like, yeah, I would go.
When I was there, they had kind of Bob Dylan and the band stuff. Like they had like the original tape recorder. They retaped everything on in the basement tapes
wow.
and stuff like that.
And,
I would have like the drool just kept coming out of my mouth.
right.
Like,
And don't get me wrong, I think that there are a lot of artists there from that type of music who have influenced music. It's not like a cultural thing. Like they're totally like Isley Brothers deserve to be in there 100%. You won't get no argument from me in that.
Yeah.
Little Richard, they're foundational. I think but basically all of Motown should be in the Classic Rock Hall of Fame.
But there's a lot of bands that I just don't like that
Right.
are in there, and
Yeah.
that wouldn't stop me from going. Even though
Right.
they're influential bands, but I personally can't stand them. But I'm not going to name any of them. But there are people in the rock that deserve to be there, but I'm not
Aerosmith.
fans of. But that's not going to keep me from going to the hall.
Right.
yeah, they're saying like rock and roll is a state of mind versus a genre now. Like there's like people like Eminem have a rock and roll state of mind, so they're gonna let them in.
Yeah.
So that's their
That's bullshit, is what
reasoning.
that is.
Yeah, don't.
Exactly right.
I'm the messenger.
Well, it's kind of like Rolling Stone. Every 2 years they do the 500 greatest albums of all time, and
I was just talking about that.
all of a
the other day.
sudden, Sergeant
yeah.
Pepper's not #1 anymore. Now it's a Kanye West album.
Well, no,
It's
I like What's Going On by Marvin Gaye. It's a fantastic record, but
Yeah.
I mean, it almost seems weird that it's just I don't know. I don't like when people like changes. Like we have one, Sergeant Pepper's great. Why can't that be #1? What's Going On is a great record at #2. Why switch it randomly? I don't understand it. But it's
Yeah, it's
also
all
an
just.
opinion.
I
Well,
don't
not
know.
only that, I was reading the list the other day. Sergeant Pepper not only was not #1, it's number 26.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Come
They
on.
because I think
Give
they
me
want
a break.
they want so many different artists in the top 10, so they've only got one Beatles album in the top 10, and it's Abbey Road. They bumped Revolver to number 11.
I'd put so many albums of theirs above Abbey Road. Like, I'd put White Album, Rubber Soul.
Oh, not the White Album. Not the White Album.
You don't follow Sam's channel.
I have a very controversial opinion on Abbey Road.
He's the White Album hater.
Hey Sam, I used to be a White Album hater, and when I did my contest a few months ago, and it was about sharing, records that have significant memories for you or whatever.
Yeah.
I shared the story about how when I was getting into music when I was a young teenager, I loved the Beatles. That was what was my gateway to music, but I hated the White Album. I just didn't get it. And I
Wow.
distinctly remember that I was on vacation in Europe with my girlfriend and her family because her dad lived in Switzerland, and he was a huge Beatles fan. We were driving through France, and he was playing the White Album in the car, and he and I were arguing about it. And because he was telling me how great it was, and I'm like, I don't get it. It's not cohesive, whatever, right? And then for whatever reason, when Your Blues came on, something just clicked, and I'm like, I get it. It was like an epiphany. And
Yeah.
while Sgt. Pepper is my favorite album of all time, if I was stranded on a desert island, I would take the White Album because it's twice the amount of songs.
Variety. Too.
Exactly.
Well,
Although
and
imagine
I
being
heard-
alone on an island and blasting Revolution number 9. You're talking about being
See-
scared.
Well, that's
Sam,
the one song I
Sam,
skipped.
I was
You'd
actually
probably
gonna
start
make a
liking
point
that
about
song
it.
if you're on a desert island. You'd welcome it.
Yeah,
I
maybe.
was actually going to make a point about Revolution number 9. It's funny how that's always the one that tips people off. It's, oh, it's weird. What about some of the songs on, what about Flying? That's a weird song.
I
Or
listened
The
to
End of
I
the Day
listened
in
to
the Life.
Revolution number 9. I skipped Good Night.
I don't like that one either.
Or what about CCR on Pendulum? They have a song that's just like Revolution.
Pendulum
one
is
ever-
a shit album, though. Oh,
And no one ever complains about that. So it just seems weird.
well, the reason for that is no one listens to Pendulum because that album is such
because
garbage.
it's crap. Yeah, if you're going to listen to CCR, you're not pulling Pendulum out of their collection.
Was that after Tom Fogerty left?
No, that was the one where John said,
Before.
"Hey, you guys think you can write better songs? Have at it."
Yeah. He kind of let them embarrass themselves
Yep.
because they insisted on doing it.
Or I just don't get I don't like Revolution number 9. I mean, it's fun to listen to because it's so weird, and I'm one of those people. If something is weird, people will hand me CDs, and it's like if it's weird, I'll probably like it. That's just the way I am. I mean, one of my favorite albums has this cover on it, which I'll show. It's from a band from Baltimore, Maryland, called Animal Collective.
Yeah, I've heard
I
of him.
mean,
Yeah, I've heard of that band.
that crazy cover is so druggy and psychedelic.
Yeah,
It moves if you stare into it. And
I'm
the
having
music
acid
is just as
flashbacks
crazy.
just looking at it.
Right, and that's probably like. I mean, I don't like it, but it doesn't ruin my day if I hear it.
What kind of
I
music
understand.
is Animal? What kind of music is Animal Collective?
So they're psychedelic rock. There's a little bit
Really?
of like world beat to them, some breakbeat stuff. I would definitely recommend that album, Meriwether Post Pavilion. Their early stuff is really bad. It's like imagine like early Beck when he was really folky and weird, but like with no talent. That's what early Animal Collective sounds
Yeah.
like. But this album here, Meriwether, it's one of the highest charting independent albums of all time. It's one of the best selling indie albums ever.
Really?
It came out in 2009, yeah. And
Yeah.
it is very jarring when you hear it just because it's so unconventional, but you really get used to it after a while.
I gotta check that out. I've never heard of them. I've heard of the band, but I've never heard any of their music. That's cool.
I just got this in the mail today to talk about Nick Drake. It's called Family Tree.
I love Nick Drake.
Yeah, it came out in the mid 2000s. It's it's recordings before his 3 albums.
Oh,
And
really?
some of it's demos and stuff like when he was in college, and then also music with his family, like his mom, because his mom was a singer, Molly Drake. And so there's duets on here with his family and like lo-fi. So I'm really excited. It's a lot of covers on here that I'm really excited about. They do like Cocaine Blues is on here. What's another one? I mean, some stuff that he did.
That'd be interesting.
Yeah, strolling down
Have
the
you
highway.
listened to it yet, or?
No, it's still in the shrink. I got it when I came back from work today, but then I immediately hopped on my video with Rich. So
Wow.
I wanted to get it before the fall ended because Nick Drake is my fall soundtrack.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
Definitely.
excellent. I still got to get more Nick Drake albums.
So
you don't have to get many.
No, I know, just the 3. I've only got Brighter, Lighter.
Later. Yeah.
Yeah, that's the only one. I need
Thank
the other
you.
2. There's a record show up here on Sunday in Oshawa, Rob.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Oshawa Record Show. Starts at 10 o'clock, so I'm going to head over there and hopefully I'll find a few things used that I'm looking for.
I haven't been to a record show since before the pandemic.
Yeah. I went. There was one earlier this year that I went to, but yeah, I haven't. That was the only one for 2 or 3 years. Yeah.
There was one here about a month ago. I didn't go though because the last time I went, it was not great, and it generally isn't great. So I sort of skipped it. I'll wait for one like the Toronto one or the Mississauga one.
Yeah. The Mississauga one's really good. It's big
Yeah.
though. It gets too crowded. That's the only problem.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if I don't
But-
go, I won't spend money. So
Well, that's the thing. But I was saying now I have money to spend because my Rolling Stones box never showed up from the UK, so I've
You're
got $350.
Did it get lost or something?
No,
Like,
it's
what
just
happened?
never. Well, UK had it advertised that they were reissuing the Rolling Stones mid mono box set on vinyl, and then people pre-ordered it, and then the pre-order was still in the system, but they took the listing down. And it was supposed to be shipped October 28th, and it never happened. So I get the feeling this is something. It was never announced by the Stones or anything. So I get
Right.
the feeling next year they might reissue it.
Yeah.
But so now I had $350 in my account to pay for it. Now I've got $350 to burn. So I'm going. And why would I save money? I got to go spend it on records.
Speaking
Glenn,
of
you're,
next year, what do you guys have any? Oh, you go ahead, Sam.
I was gonna say, Glenn, you're missing a record show here by about a day. When you're in Florida, there's one here on the 12th.
Oh yeah, are you gonna go?
It's a big one over at one of the hotels at neighboring town. Yeah, I'm probably gonna go. If what day is the 12th?
I think it's
yeah,
November.
Yeah, I'll be. Ooh, I might not be in town actually. No, actually, I won't. I don't think I will be. I'll be driving to South Carolina to go to the beach.
Now, my problem is this airline I'm taking called Swoop Airlines. They don't allow you a carry-on. The only carry-on bag they allow you is the size of a woman's purse. It's like 16 by 13 by 6.
Oh my gosh.
So it's crazy, and you got to pay for checked baggage, $50 a bag.
Well, that's why
Swoop is such a low budget airline. They ask for volunteers to pilot the plane.
Yeah. I don't know who's going to be flying ours.
Well,
but,
so that's why the tickets were $250.
Yeah,
right.
exactly. So Lynn and I are splitting a bag because we're only going for 5 days. We're splitting one checked bag, and I'm carrying on a little like a man purse, like a Merce.
Yeah, just do laundry at your daughter's house.
Yeah, that's it. Yeah.
Or just wear layers.
I was going to say wear like 5 layers of clothes.
Well, I'm going to do that. I'm going to wear sweatpants because it's going to be cold here when I get to the airport. I'm going to wear sweatpants with shorts underneath, and a t-shirt and a like a sweatshirt or something over top. Then when I get there, I can just strip it all down.
And then they'll arrest you for stripping it down.
Yeah.
Right. What?
Yeah. Bob's
what
very
album?
witty. His favorite album is a round one with a hole in the center.
But go ahead, John.
What albums are you guys looking forward to next year? Are there any announcements or anything you're speculating? I'm just
Well, there
curious,
should be a
like,
new
any artists?
Dylan bootleg series.
Nice.
Yeah, the Bob Dylan bootleg whenever that comes out. Hopefully,
Hoping
Rubber Soul.
next year they'll do Rubber Soul if they do
Yeah.
Revolver.
I hope that the band who did my album of the year for 2019, Cage the Elephant, finally releases their follow-up. Have you heard Cage the Elephant, Glenn, or have you heard of
No,
them?
I've never listened to them.
They're amazing. They're kind of like garage rock. They're like a cross between like the White Stripes, Beck, and like a psych pop kind of band. This album is incredible. Even though
Wow.
the album cover sucks. I mean, it's one of the worst album covers. I mean, what's the Creepy Cowboy? It's one of the worst albums. Social cues is what
I love the White Stripes, so
Yeah.
you got
They're
me
great.
interested saying
I
that.
wanted to see them live in 2019. They toured with Beck and Spoon, who's one of my other favorite bands. And I just couldn't get tickets. I mean, they were outrageous. To go to Blossom Music Center in Akron, I got them when they were sold out, and tickets were like $300. I'm like,
Oh no.
To see Tame Impala, I got $82 a ticket, which is still, that's high, but for anything over $250, I'm like, that's ridiculous. Unless it's some like headlining guy, I guess. Unless like Kendrick Lamar or like some big, musician.
Yeah, I'm not paying money to see people anymore. I'll go to Massey Hall or a small venue and pay $50-$60 tops to see people, and I'm not going. I'm done with the big concerts.
I hate paid meet and greets. I think they're a ripoff. And there's a band who I really like called The Main, and they have a meet and greet where they don't charge their fans money, which is something that I really think is great because why should you pay money to just meet a person?
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of like the
it's
people when you go to small venues. Usually, they come to the merch table afterwards, and
right,
you can talk to
right.
them and
That,
stuff like that. Those kind of artists are the coolest, as far as I'm
right.
concerned.
That's my buddy met his favorite band at Newport Music Hall in Columbus like last week. Yeah, they signed a T-shirt, took a photo with them because
Yeah.
and it's not like they're really well known, but still, it was a cool experience.
Well, it's kind of a grassroots way to grow your fan base, right? I mean, the Grateful Dead kind of pioneered all that stuff where they just kind of started sending fans, newsletters and saying, "Hey, you want tickets?" and stuff like that. And that's the way they grew it from.
It's funny that you mentioned the Grateful Dead because my dad, one of his old church friends, was a huge Deadhead. He went with them everywhere. Like, he was a roadie for like 15 years or something.
Wow.
He saw them in all sorts of shows. But I don't know how you afford all, but like it's I would love to be like a road, like to have the roadie experience. That seems so amazing, especially if it's for a band you love.
It would be kind of cool to do a tour with with a band and to get hired to do something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would definitely do that with like the Avett Brothers because they tour all the time, whether they have records or not.
Yeah.
And it's a different set every night, so it's not like I love Bob Dylan, but I don't think I'd want to follow Bob Dylan across the country because his stuff it's the same set.
Yeah. Pretty much.
What do you guys think of his last album, Bob Dylan?
Talk
A
to Glenn.
masterpiece.
Really?
I'm
I
still
liked it. I thought it was better than the trilogy one he did before that. That one I just couldn't even sit through.
Oh no, I like.
I do.
I love Triplicate.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, I couldn't get through. I mean, I like a lot of his classics, like obviously Blonde on Blonde, Time Out of Mind, Blonde the Tracks. I even like some of his less liked ones, like Self Portrait. I think are pretty good.
Self Portrait's pretty good. I like it. Grows on me over the years.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I'm like, why was this thing critically panned? I mean, it's not that bad. Like, it's not bad at all. I don't get why.
But Rough and Rowdy Ways, I listen to at least once a week.
Wow.
Yeah, I love it.
It wasn't my favorite of his. I mean, I love every era of Dylan, but it's not one that I go back to.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, this should be pretty cool. Dave's going to see the Last Waltz tour. Aren't they coming to? Where in Florida are they going to go, Dave? I thought I saw the tour dates. That's a pretty good tour. It's Warren Hayes.
Don was.
And there's a great Canadian singer-songwriter on the tour with them too, Kathleen Edwards. Are you familiar with Kathleen Edwards, Rob?
Absolutely, I met her.
I've heard of her.
Yeah. Well, because you're a big Blue Rodeo guy. I mean, she was part of the gang, right?
Well, she was married to Colin
Cripps, and
yep.
Yeah.
Colin and I are actually friends on Facebook.
Yeah.
Oh, really? Eh?
Yep.
Yeah.
I've got a couple of her albums on vinyl. She just last year reissued Failure on vinyl for the first time.
I didn't pick it up because I'm a big fan of hers too.
It's fantastic. And then her latest album, Total Freedom, I've got on vinyl as well.
Yeah, I do too. I got an autographed one.
Nice.
Oh wow.
And what was really cool when she did the autograph ones is she sent two covers. She sent a cover with no album in it with the autograph on it, and then she sent the album too with another cover.
Nice.
So I framed the cover and the autograph cover, and I still have the album. It was very cool to do it that way.
Yeah, who else is on that tour? The Last Waltz? Is it?
I don't know. It's a lot of really cool people. Dave, give us a list of some of the people on there.
They're coming about an hour from me.
Oh, you should go see that.
I think it's like a work night. I just don't know if I want to drive all the way out there to see it.
You're 28 years old, man.
I know, but it's I don't know. I've put so much money toward concerts this year.
Geez, I used to go to concerts at your age and stay up all night and drink and then just go straight to work hammered. It's just, times have changed.
Indeed. Now I'm here drinking my decaf coffee, on a live chat on YouTube.
I went back in 1986 or 87. I lived in in Peace River, Alberta, which is way up like northern, like it's like, it's like being in the Arctic. And we were 5 hours north of Edmonton, Alberta. And my buddy owned a record store in the town we were in. and he got comp tickets to see the Pretenders and Iggy Pop in Edmonton at the Edmonton Coliseum. So we drove down, and we got there like in the afternoon. And it was the same week. It just so happened that on that Monday morning, I had business meetings at my office, my head office in Edmonton. I had to go to these yearly annual sales meeting thing. So we get to Edmonton in the afternoon, and he's got a buddy there in Edmonton that we go to his place. So my company has booked a hotel room for me. I don't go to the hotel room. We go straight to my buddy's friend's place, and we sit and drink and carry on all frickin' day. And we go straight to the show by taxi, and just at the end of the show, rather than go home, we get back in a taxi, and he says to the taxi driver, "You know anywhere we can get a bottle?" And the guy says, "Yeah." And he takes us up to this house in some subdivision, and he goes, "Just go knock on the door there." So this is like midnight, and so we go knock on the door. And this little trap door opens in the door, and his face comes in. He goes, "Yeah." He goes, "Yeah, we're looking for a bottle of whiskey." Hold on a second. And it was like $60 or $40, whatever it was back then. And you give him the money, and he hands the bottle through the trap door. Then we're on our way back to his buddy's place. We stayed up till like 6 a.m, carrying on drinking. I got a meeting at 8:00.
Oh gosh.
So I got in a cab and I went to my hotel room. I hadn't been in there. Checked in at 6 a.m., had a shower, went straight to work, no sleep, hammered on my head, and sat there all day with my, just like not saying a word, just trying to stay in the background. That was bad. It's a great concert, though. We lost John. Well, thanks for coming on, John. Appreciated it.
And come back if you get it strong again.
Yeah. And get a mic. You need a mic or something. Were you having trouble hearing him too?
I think like it was either like the AirPod connection probably was part of it.
Okay. He's back. Should we let him on? John, you got to give us $5 each. There he is.
I hate having a house that's over 100 years old. There's dead zones literally everywhere. I don't know what happened. But what I was going to say was, I wonder if Pink Floyd's been teasing a 50th Dark Side release. Maybe
a tour?
No, like a deluxe, like remix.
A box set.
Oh, you know that's going to happen. Like that.
I wonder who's remixing it. I want, because Dark Side wasn't part of the later years or the early years. So I hope Steven Wilson. That's what I'm really crossing my fingers for, because Steven Wilson.
I think they got too much. I think they get too much ego to let Steven Wilson.
That's true. Yeah, Ezrin's not going to let them.
Although I love it when Steven Wilson puts his hands on anything, but I think that'd be interesting with the egos between Gilmour and Waters, how that's going to work.
Yeah, they'll just release half of it will just be live shows, I'm sure.
It'll just be the 2011 remaster.
But because it was,
they won't do anything else.
It was recorded at Abbey Road. Maybe they'll let Giles Martin do it. I don't know.
Giles Martin will be good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although a lot of people kind of put their nose up at Giles Martin's mixes.
Do you like the remixes, Rob?
Yeah, I do. I hear all the complaints. Everyone goes, he's a little too heavy on the bass. And I'm okay with that, actually, because I can't hear bass for shit because I've got tinnitus and my ears are screwed. So
other than Helter Skelter, he's done.
And know why else I like the being a bit bass heavy? Because McCartney's such a freaking phenomenal bass player, and it's nice to be able to hear those lines.
Absolutely.
Yeah. And Ringo's kick drum.
Yeah.
Yeah, bring that up.
So I don't mind the remixes either.
I like it. I remember when I first heard the remaster of the remix of Come Together, like that was like a whole new song.
Yeah.
That opening, like, are you kidding?
Yeah, the vocals are kind of more up in the mix and more separate. You can really hear it's just so clear, and the bass and the drums really, it's awesome. So I think he's done a great job.
So last week, I'm in my car all day for work because I'm in sales, so I'm driving around all day. So last week, I updated I take my entire digital music library with me. I've got a USB stick that's 160 gigs. So I have my whole digital library on there. When I updated it, for some reason, the sync in my SUV didn't organize the tracks right. So I'd be listening to a Beatles album, like I think I listened to the White Album first, and the way that Sync picked up the tracks, even though I have all the meta tags in there properly, it mixed up both the 2012 stereo digital remaster with the new Giles Martin mix. So it would play the original, 2009 or whatever, and then it would play the Giles Martin mix. So I got to listen to that
interesting.
album, song after song, and every one I'm like, wow, the Giles Martin mix is vastly superior.
Yeah.
Vastly superior.
That's cool.
Fuller, richer. You can hear the bass. It's so much better. So I actually went and I deleted all of my non-Giles Martin mixes.
Wow.
That's interesting. Yeah. I listen to the new ones too, more than my old albums.
See, I'm wondering if they decide to do a remix because I've heard people have thought about, Band on the Run. Do they do it next year or do they wait for 2024 since it was kind of released in like December of '73?
For Band on the Run, specifically?
If they did a 50th for Band on the Run, which I've heard people talking about.
Well, I don't know if they're going. Are they going to do something? Because he did an archive series.
I was going to say, isn't that part of the archive series?
Yeah. So I can't see him doing that, but they'll do anything to milk money. Like I'm sure
I can see him or do another tribute album like he did with Ram.
I don't think they'll remix it, but I can see them releasing it again, just saying 50th anniversary edition.
Or like a new insert.
Yeah.
But everybody wants London Town and Back to the Egg to come out next anyway.
Yeah, that's what's supposed to come up next. I can't afford those McCartney archive series, so.
See, I think it would be hilarious if he teases that up and it ends up being Off the Ground or something like that. And everyone's like, what the hell? I wanted London Town and Back to the Egg.
Well, it'll be Off the Ground will be coming. He's doing them all, so. Alan Parsons is producer for Dark Side.
Hated.
What's that?
Parsons great. I don't know why Off the Ground is so hated. I think it's a great album. A lot of people don't like it.
I had an autograph. I had a McCartney autograph on an Off the Ground CD.
Really?
Guy I can't really call him a friend, but somebody I met through somebody. Their brother was on the tour. He was like a roadie on the tour, and he got McCartney to sign the CD, and the guy sold it to me.
Wow,
that's one of my grails. The only Beatles autograph I have is Pete Best. It's hanging on my wall up
here. I sold it. But I needed money.
Yeah, Pete Best has been. I think he's. I mean, I can't speak from like his other, but do you guys think he's handled the whole thing well?
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
He still goes to Beatles Fest. He meets fans. Yeah. Even though he was sick, I mean, he seems like a genuinely good guy.
Well, people say Pete Best. I mean, the guy got a chance to be a Beatle. Give me a break.
Well, and the other thing too is I heard, I don't know how true it is, but the royalties that he made off of the 10 tracks he plays off of the anthologies, he made like
millions of pounds. I heard.
Yeah. Right. So you know what? I'd be happy, Smiley too.
I don't know if he got royalties or they just said, "Hey, we want the rights to it."
No, he got royalties apparently.
Oh, I thought it was a payout like $5 million.
I don't know. It's what I read, but
I've heard royalties as well.
Yeah, but good for Pete. Man, any of us would trade that for that experience. Even if
I would have no problem saying I got fired by the Beatles. That'd be okay with me.
I would trade to be Jimmy Nicol. I mean, good grief.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
Yeah, even Jimmy Nicol had his 15 minutes, right?
Yeah,
absolutely.
And he's still with us too, isn't he? But he's really quiet.
I don't think he does much, but
no, I think he's very private.
Yeah, I've never heard the Jimmy Nicol band. Like, I don't know if it's.
Yeah, I mean, Pete Best, he still does like skiffle and plays the old Quarrymen songs.
He's a crappy drummer though, so I can totally see why. But
yeah.
If you listen to. And someone had done it on YouTube where they had taken his version of Let It Be that EMI rejected, and they took the album version that has Alan White on drums, and they played them. And I think they even threw in a Ringo one. And you can hear as the song progresses that he just can't keep time, and he just falls so far out of time by the end of the song that. I'm not a drummer, but you hear it and you go, yeah, okay, I get it.
Yeah.
Hi, Mike. Thank you. I got a compliment on my Frank Zappa video.
I saw some at my little record store I stopped by the other day. They had about 5 or 6 Frank Zappa records. Thought of you. Didn't buy them. Didn't look at them, but I saw them.
Used, you mean, or
Yeah, yeah.
wow?
The only one I saw, the only one that I recognized, because again I didn't flip through them, but it was it Weasels Ate My Flesh, Tore My Flesh?
Yeah, there's certain ones you see all the time, and the ones you really want, you never see used. People don't part with them, but you
No.
always see Apostrophe and Overnight Sensation, and
Yeah.
yeah. I'm always looking for more.
Yeah,
That's
there's
my
nothing,
next thing too. There's a five. I think it's 4 CDs and a Blu-ray Zappa, a couple of albums they're redoing, and for coming out December 15th. So
yeah.
I asked Santa to get it for me for Christmas.
Uh,
Have you been a good boy?
I'm always a good boy.
All right.
Yeah.
I'm so ready for Tom Petty next month.
Yeah, me too.
I'm
November
so ready.
25th. My wife is coming out on my wife's birthday.
So far away.
Yeah, I bought it for her for a present.
It's a month away today.
Yeah. Yeah, that's going to be good. You a Petty fan, Rob?
Love him.
Yeah, awesome.
I don't have a lot. I mean, I've got 5 or 6 of his albums. I love them though. I don't have a lot of it on vinyl. I got a little bit more on CD.
Yeah.
I'm really looking for that. You know, he did that. It was like the live anthology or whatever.
Oh, yeah.
I've got it on CD. It is available on vinyl, but pretty hard to find and fairly expensive.
I know where you can get one, but it's $225 if you're interested.
Well, that
Brand new.
That doesn't totally dissuade me. I mean,
Brand
it's
new.
what? It's 6 LPs, I think, or 4 LPs, I think.
Yeah, no, it's a nice set. I'd love it myself.
It's because it's 4
I have the
CDs.
CD
So
set,
yeah, it might be 4 LP.
Yeah.
Well, let me know if you're interested.
Let me ponder that.
Yeah.
If I hadn't just dropped a bundle on the Revolver Super Deluxe, then it would have been a no-brainer. Like, yeah, great, let's do it.
You're getting the vinyl, right?
Absolutely.
On the Revolver.
Yeah, I don't buy CDs anymore. Not that I have anything against them, and I think I might do a CD video one of these days. But
I just don't want. I know I'll never like if I bought the vinyl box set, which I prefer. When it gets to the outtakes, there's going to be certain outtakes that I really like and I want to listen to over and again. And there's going to be a lot that once you hear them once, you don't want to hear them again.
That's true.
And I don't want to do that on vinyl. I'll have to get up and skip a song. Where on CD, I can just click through.
Yeah, that's fair. For me, I don't remember the last CD I bought. I'm not kidding. If it's probably been close to 10 years since I bought a CD.
Wow.
It just doesn't hold any appeal to me anymore. I'll buy it on vinyl, and if it's not available on vinyl, I'll buy it on digital.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I have a ton of digital. I don't listen to the radio because I hate the radio. And like I said, I'm in my car like 4, 5, 6 hours a day. So everything that I have on vinyl and everything I have on CD, I have on digital. It's in my car every day. So
yeah.
Well, see, that's for me. I never I don't stream anything. Like I don't
either.
Spotify. And I don't listen. Like I don't do MP3s at all. Like for me, like for example, like the Revolver thing. I'm not going to listen to the Revolver until I get my physical copy, even if it's a month late.
Yeah, I won't either. Anything they've been releasing earlier, I haven't listened to.
Yeah, because people are really talking about this Yellow Submarine demo. I haven't touched it.
Yeah, I don't want to hear it either.
I want the experience of putting it on my turntable, sitting on my couch, and just
Well, that's why I'm buying the CD box set for Revolver, and I'm buying the album, like just a single vinyl remix of the vinyl, so I can have it. I don't need the outtakes on vinyl.
I've got a very interesting Beatles video coming up in the next month. Do you guys know Mike PC31, the vinyl policeman from England?
No,
I know the channel name, but
he's another YouTube channel. He's in Portsmouth, England. Huge Beatles fan, obviously, because his name derives from a Beatles song. Anyway, he and I are doing a collaboration shortly, maybe next week, where we're doing our Beatles grails. And it's interesting because he's in England and I'm here, and the perspective on what a Beatles grail is differs a little bit on the other side of the ocean. What we in North America consider grails, things like the butcher cover and the early stuff on VJ is not as much of a big deal over there. So it's going to be an interesting video because some of the things he's looking for as grails I own, and some of the things that I'm looking for as grail he owns. So it's going to be a pretty interesting video.
So I don't know what would be besides a butcher cover.
So for me,
I'm trying to think what my grail would be.
I have my butcher cover, thankfully.
Yeah, I had one again. That's something else I had and I sold too.
What's wrong with you, man?
I had a peeled one.
Yeah, so mine is too. Mine's a third state mono. It's in rough shape, but at least I have one. My grails are.
What's wrong with you, man?
My grails are. I want to get. I'm working on all the UK mono first pressings.
Oh,
I've gotten most of them.
Really?
Yeah. I only need White Album, Yellow Submarine, and Let It Be. I've got everything else. My Please Me is technically a third pressing. It's 3 months after the first pressing. So the first pressing is on a black and gold Parlophone label.
Yeah.
And they're like several $1,000s on eBay. They're hard to find. So there's that. There's also the first day production run of Revolver from the UK. The 606-1 Matrix has a version of Tomorrow Never Knows that was only available for 1 day because they recalled it because the mix was.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And that mix is actually going to be on the Super Deluxe.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yeah. And then the other grail for me is VJ did an album called The Beatles versus the Four Seasons.
Yeah.
So that's my grail list. So
really?
Yeah. Mike in England has 2 of those. He doesn't have the Beatles versus the Four Seasons, but he's got a black and gold Parlophone Please Me, and he's got the 606-1 Matrix of Revolver.
Yeah.
So
yeah,
so does Jeff at Speaker's Corner. He's got one of those copies of Revolver as well. I'm jealous.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow. Jeff, buddy. It's my birthday next June. Just saying.
Or just it's Christmas in December.
Mike, yes, that band Proclaimers had the hit in 1988, 500 Miles. This is their 12th studio album. What's that? Hold on a sec. I got to go back. The last CDs I got were Richard Marx, songwriter, the Proclaimers, Dentures Out, and Red Hot Chili Peppers, Return of the Dream Canteen. Isn't that the new Chili Peppers?
No.
They just got a new one out right now.
Yeah, I can't keep up with their stuff because...
Mike, I'd like to get the review Let It Be box set, which I have. Revolver box set. Revolver is my favorite Beatles album. Yeah. I think it's a lot of people's favorites. I'm not sure what that means when you do that.
Smiley face.
Smile. Turn your head sideways.
That's after you've had too much to drink and you're laying down, Glenn.
Oh, that's what I thought.
Yeah.
I just picked up a Mint UK stereo Revolver pressed in 76. Sounds better than my first press Capital.
Yeah, those 76 UK pressings are really nice. The mid-70s ones.
Yes, brand new Chili Peppers. I thought so.
Chili Peppers fan.
I bought the last one that they put out earlier this year that I actually liked. First Chili Peppers album I've ever owned. I never cared anything about the Chili Peppers until I taught myself how to play a bass guitar. And then I went, man, Flea, that guy can play a freaking bass guitar.
I like Chili Peppers when they're used to make wing sauce.
Yeah, I'm not really into them that much. Wow. Yeah, it'd be cool if they should be doing all the Beatles albums now that Giles Martin's jumped on the Peter Jackson method of.
But is there any merit to doing it beyond Rubber Soul? I mean, what awesome stuff are we going to get from Hard Day's Night? Or
the only thing I would like to see is if they took those cheesy stereo mixes where everything's just separated right and left and made kind of a center channel and kind of opened up the soundstage a little bit. That would be nice.
That would be fair. But I mean, the mono reissues are great.
They are.
I have them. They're fantastic.
Yeah.
I mean, it would be after. I mean, I can see getting Rubber Soul done as a deluxe, super deluxe, whatever. But before that, I mean, there's not a lot that differentiates those first 6 albums. They're not very experimental. They're not
Yeah.
revolutionary in the same fashion as everything
Yeah.
Rubber Soul and afterwards. I mean, you get something like Please Please Me that was recorded in like
A
18
day.
hours or something. What's the benefit to doing a super
Yeah.
deluxe? Right?
Although I think one way they could make money is because the monos now, with that mono box going out of print and everybody paying $3,000 for a freaking box when they can include, like they did with Revolver, a mono. That seems to be why everybody wants this box set.
I would definitely like a Giles Martin remix on every album. Even Magical Mystery Tour. They don't even have to be deluxes, but like
I could see them doing Magical Mystery Tour and Yellow Submarine together, maybe.
Maybe, but again, like I would be fine if those first few, mop top years of just the single album with Giles Martin's remix on it would be cool.
I'd rather just see a direct stereo analog transfer like they did with mono. That
would be the grail.
You know what? They got to at some point because, listen, the Beatles now it's a cash cow. It's just a money making machine.
Yeah,
and the fans are clamoring for it. It's going to happen.
Yeah. But
I'm going to buy the box this time. I did not buy the mono box, and I kicked myself. What I did is I didn't have the money for it at the time, so I bought all the mono albums individually. So I have them all, but I don't have the box, and more importantly, I don't have the book.
Yeah, I've got it. Dave does music direct mail to Canada, bro. That would be interesting. Dave, let us know. I grew up on the US Revolver with 11 songs, never knew of the UK version with 14 songs. Yeah. When I was a kid in the 60s and buying these albums when they were coming out, I had no idea there was a UK version and a Canadian version. They didn't let us in on that stuff.
Yeah.
And then one day, I'm over at this guy's place. He was like my parents' friends, and they had a guy the same age. So I went over and, we're talking. He pulls out a UK Revolver. And this is, so probably, I don't know, maybe 68 or something like that. I don't know. It was after Revolver came out. And I'm going, what's this different? What the hell's that? It was just like ridiculous.
It's all Lennon songs, right?
Yeah, it's the Lennon songs. Yeah. They should. You can email and ask them. There we go. No, Dave, we're insisting that you email them and let Mike know. Mike, bug Dave after the show. Yeah, that would be pretty cool if they get. I'd welcome any Beatles remixes too.
I'll buy whatever they put out. I mean, I'm going to be honest.
Yeah, but I am happy with the mono. The mono reissues were just so good.
I'm surprised that they haven't put the Rooftop concert out in physical format.
Oh, yeah.
Because Giles Martin did a mix of it, and you can stream it.
Yeah.
And
like
apparently
that on vinyl.
Apparently the IMAX was incredible to hear the sound of that concert.
Yeah, that would have been incredible. Yeah.
They could do that like a record store day, like 10-inch or something. Because it's only like 25 minutes worth of music, something like that.
You gotta think would they could put out a great box set and put like a super deluxe edition of the Peter Jackson film with extras and put a copy of the album vinyl in it with the like a slip mat. What a box set that would make.
I said months before they even announced that Let It Be was out, I was talking to a buddy of mine before they announced it was even coming out. And I said, a great Let It Be super deluxe box set would be a Giles Martin stereo remaster of the album, the Rooftop performance, the Glenn Johns mix, the Let It Be Naked mix. I said that would have been a great box set.
Without all the filler, without all the... Yeah.
They should reissue that Let It Be Naked on vinyl again, too, because that went out.
You guys have that one?
That's worth a few bucks now.
That's
I bought that, and when I did my big vinyl sell-off, I sold it. And now that thing's going for a couple $100.
That's Jeff Witcher's Grail.
Yeah.
Is one of them. Yeah.
I've got a copy sitting right over there.
Yeah. I got 2 box sets coming from Amazon, Dexy's Midnight Runners and Luther Vandross. I didn't know they made an album together. That'd be quite a team.
Oh, my word.
Dexy's Midnight Runners, Was that Come On Eileen?
Mhm.
Yep.
Yeah.
They also do a version of what is it? It's a Van Morrison song. Why can't I think? It just slipped my mind.
I don't know.
Like Come Running, maybe.
That would be an interesting. I wouldn't mind hearing Dexy. I really love that song. I never heard their album when it came out. You know, eBay has sellers that just sell the empty mono box.
Yeah, I
Well-
saw that, and the last one I saw was fairly expensive.
I have a friend who owns a record store, and he bought, I think it was David Bowie, the first big box set they did, and he bought them about 10 or 20 sets to sell in his store, and they didn't sell. And he took the albums out individually out of the boxes and put them out and sold them individually, and they sold. And he's got all these boxes, and he put them on Discogs for like $200 or $300 a piece, and people were eating the boxes up. They wanted the box.
That's what
He was
I'm hoping
making
that
more money on the empty box, and he was.
I'm hoping someday I can score the empty box in the book, but
Yeah, you never know.
The cover was Jackie Wilson, Dex's Midnight Runners. It's pretty good.
Do you frequent Canuck Audio Mart, Rob?
I bought one piece of stereo equipment off of there.
It'd be interesting to put an ad on there under the vinyl and just say, "Hey, I'm looking for."
I didn't even know they had a vinyl section.
Yeah, they got vinyl and CD section, so you
Okay,
should
I have an
put that
account
on
there,
there.
is it?
Wanted. You know,
Okay.
you never know.
You never know. Yeah.
That's how I bought my replacement set for my mono box. A guy
okay.
came on. I bought it for $700 like
Right.
a couple of years ago.
I'll try that then. Like I said, I have an account. I just
Yeah.
haven't been on there in a couple of years. I bought a network media streamer for my stereo. So
I need a mono pepper. I missed out on the box set, but I have all the others. I wished I would have picked up all the monos individually too, just to flip them.
it sounds fantastic.
It does. That's
I
the way I
actually-
heard Pepper when it came out. So that's kind of my.
I just recently played the mono remaster of Pepper and compared it to my original. I've got an original mono UK pressing, and boy, they're indistinguishable. They both
Really?
sound absolutely incredible.
That's good to hear. Glenn, you make me laugh, bro. That would be an interesting collab.
Dexy and
Oh,
Luther.
Luther Vandross and Dexy's Midnight Runners. Yeah. Yeah, pretty much similar music, similar styles.
No.
I'm reading a biography on Bowie now, and there was I think it was the Young Americans album. I didn't realize that he collaborated with Luther Vandross on a couple of songs, and Luther wasn't even famous then. He was like, nobody had ever heard of him. He hadn't broken yet.
I'm about to finally start the Elton John autobiography. I've had it since last Christmas. Well, actually, maybe 2 years ago, and I'm finally going to get around to it.
That'd be interesting.
It's sitting on my couch right next to me.
I ordered a Kinks autobiography off of Amazon. It's being shipped from the UK, and it's still it left October 7th. I still haven't got it yet. I'm really interested in reading that.
I know people have mixed reviews about U2, but Bono has an interesting one that's coming out.
I'd like to read that. I'm a
Where
big
he
U2 fan.
he apologized for the whole Apple scandal. He said he was the one leading that charge, and
He's got no need to. I never understood why people got their panties in a knot. You got some for free. If you don't like it, delete it. Shut up.
But you can't seem to get rid of it. I've tried to delete it. It just seems to keep coming back. It's like
Really?
freaking luggage. You can't get rid of it.
yeah, I don't do Apple.
I don't do Apple either. I have an iPhone just because that's what work gave me, and I like the phone, but that's it.
Yeah,
When
don't
I
even have
become
that.
king of the world, I'm going to round up every Apple product and fire them into space.
Well, I like my iPad. And an iPod was, as much as it's, it's MP3 sound, and I get it if you're into good sound and everything.
I still have two of those. I've got two iPod Classics.
It's a pretty damn useful device.
Oh yeah,
They're amazing. I like them because they had large memory capacity. Try buying an MP3 player now, and it's like 8
Oh, I
gigs. I'm
know.
like, what the hell am I going to do with
Mine
8
died
gigs?
on me, and my classic that was 160 gig or whatever, and now I got like a 30 gig. But I don't use them as much
I
as
have my
used
original 160 that I bought in 2009 or whenever they came out. And I was so afraid of that one dying. I bought another one, but it was one where someone had, because there's companies that do it, they put a lithium ion battery in it. So the battery lasts like 20 hours.
Oh,
and
yeah.
they replaced the hard drive because the original ones had a spinning platter hard drive. They put a solid state drive in it. So you can get them up to a terabyte now.
Yeah, wow.
Yeah.
But anyway, I just find them useful devices, especially like I'm going on a plane, 2.5
Yep.
hours. It's just,
That's what I use them for.
yeah, absolutely perfect. Other than that, I don't use it too much unless I was going for a walk, or sometimes like I've had times where I've had to go to the hospital, like emergency for something. And I go, I got to take my iPod with me because I know I'm going to be sitting for 8 hours.
I was going to say, up here, that's going to be an 8-hour wait minimum.
Yeah. So stuff like that, it works. Yeah. I like you too. Good band. Been a fan since '88. Prince is another one I really
Love
like.
you too.
Yeah, I just kind of got bored with U2, but they were a great band.
Bono just said they've got like another 30 songs ready to go, just about, for something.
I don't know what I would expect from them. They never seem to grow to me. Like,
Well, he said that they have 30 songs, but they're holding them back because they want to do a rock album. They were going to do like a trilogy with like the Songs of Innocence and Experience, but they said they want to do a full on rock album, so they're putting these aside.
That'd be
for
cool.
later.
I've always found, and I've been a fan of U2 for 25 years. For me, my personal taste, I always find every other album is good. So for example, I love Octung Baby, hate Zooropa.
Yeah.
Love All That You Can't Leave Behind. Not a great fan of Atomic Bomb. Like No Line on the Horizon. You know, like it seems to go every other. I love Songs of Innocence, and I hate Songs of Experience.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Wow.
What an amazing band, though. I mean, they're on I did the video, the somebody's contest, the wish list for 2023. I'd love to see U2 again. I know they're not touring this year, but
I never saw them. I would have liked to have seen them too, but yeah, they were definitely top band for sure. There's no doubt. But I kind of lost them after All That You Can Leave Behind. After that's the last album I ever bought from there.
Oh wow!
I do have Octung. Did Octung Baby come out after that?
No, that was Octung Baby was 91, I think, and All They Can't Leave Behind was like 2000.
I do have that album.
And besides my Beatles collection, my U2 collection is my favorite because I've got all the albums original first pressing. So even the ones in the 90s that were impossible to find, like Octung Baby, Zooropa, and then even the All You Can't Leave Behind and Atomic Bomb and Pop. You're right. Yeah, Pop. I've got all those original first pressings. My Octung Baby, even though it's 30 years old, looks like it was made yesterday.
Wow. And they're hard to find, the first pressings?
Well, the first pressings are hard to find. And then they remastered them all, I don't know, 5 years ago. So you can get them on vinyl, but the originals of those sort of middle period albums are impossible.
Wow. That's
one of my favorite U2 moments was after Johnny Cash died, and they did that live version of The Wanderer.
Yep.
With the Edge hitting that falsetto. It's just it's Glenn, do you know what I'm talking about?
No.
So the song The Wanderer is a song they did with Johnny Cash, and it's kind of spacey, the original version. It's cool, but it's, it could have been better, I think. But when he died, they were part of a tribute, and they did the song The Wanderer, obviously Bono singing Johnny Cash's part, but then the Edge hits this just incredible vocal falsetto at the end, almost like a yodel, because it's a semi-country song, and it's unbelievable.
Really?
Yeah. I would love to. I wish the Edge would do a side project or something, because he's got so much talent vocally.
Really? That'd be interesting.
Yeah.
He is one of the most criminally underrated guitar players too.
Oh yeah.
And
unique, like he's got a unique tone in that it's him.
Yeah. His songs sound so complex, but he says, I think the quote was, "Notes are like words, and I don't want to waste them," or something. He builds these complex guitar parts, and they're just notes, and he uses all kinds of delay and reverb pedals and loopers and whatever. And he makes his one guitar sound like a friggin' symphony. He's incredible.
Yeah, I agree with you. Octung Baby 91 is a good album. Anybody here like the band In Excess? I actually don't.
No,
Never was a fan.
I've
my
got the
wife loves
first.
them.
I've got the first album that Jeff Witcher gave me, and I like it. Okay.
I hated their big hit for some reason. What was their big hit song?
Um,
Oh, I can't remember. I really disliked it. It turned me off the band.
no, that one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah, that's the one.
Need You Tonight.
They had the iPod for Atomic Bomb.
Yeah, they had they had a YouTube branded Atomic Bomb iPod, but we were talking about is when they came out with Songs of Innocence, they preloaded it on everyone's iTunes account. That's what we were talking about.
Yeah. You woke up in the morning, you just had this album.
I was like Christmas. I was doing cartwheels. It was awesome.
New Sensation. That's the one.
That's right.
Thanks, Mike. Yeah, I hated that song. I don't know why, but do you remember that cheesy TV show that NXS did where it was like a reality show and they were looking for their
JD Fortune from Toronto.
Yeah.
Yep. Got kicked out of the band because he developed a wicked cocaine habit.
Yeah.
And now he busks on the street corners in Toronto.
Does he?
Yep.
Oh my God.
What a way to throw away a career.
Yeah, no kidding. That's hilarious.
Something Tonight.
See, yes, yeah. Need you tonight. That might be that might be the one. I can't think. I'm just not a fan.
Yeah, Need You Tonight was their only U.S. #1 single.
That's probably the one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what it was. I think it's the vocals. I don't like
What
that.
You Need is another big one.
What was his name?
Michael Hutchins.
Yeah.
Circling back to you too, the song "Stuck in a Moment" that you can't get out of is a song about Michael Hutchins and his death.
Fantastic song.
I didn't know that.
Song. Yeah, he wrote it. Bono, because Bono and Michael Hutchins were friends, so he wrote that song about
similar style
death. Yeah,
as their sermon. Yeah,
I didn't know that song was about
like Joshua Tree era Bono with Michael Hutchins. You can definitely see. Yeah,
absolutely.
They played off each other.
Yeah,
I love the song. Just on YouTube again, "Window in the Sky." That's one of those songs that. Oh,
what album's that on?
Atomic. Is that Atomic Bomb?
I think no. It's
It was early 2000s.
Yeah.
Maybe I got to go back and start listening to U2 again. I haven't listened to them forever.
And honestly, I like the song that they did with Green Day, "The Saints Are Coming."
I'll pull out Octung Baby tomorrow.
Hurricane Katrina relief.
Yep.
Yeah.
It was on the greatest hits.
Yep.
Wow. Yeah, I should give them another shot. You never know. All of a sudden, you leave bands alone for a while, and then you go back, and then you go, man, they're awesome.
My sister always said that if our family ever had a reality show, she'd want the theme song to be "The Saints Are Coming." Kind of like when Ozzy Osbourne had a show.
Yep.
Yeah.
In Excess, 77 to 2012. They disbanded in 2012. A band I really, really like is REM. Yeah, REM. I mean, yeah. Jeff. Nighty night, Jeff.
Take care, Jeff.
Hi, Jeff.
Yeah. Come on with us sometime, buddy.
I'm probably close to winding down too.
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do, but
I've
went out for chicken wings for dinner tonight. This bar that we like is a cheap wing night on Tuesday nights. Oh my God. I ate wings until I thought I was going to barf.
That's my favorite food, chicken wings. Oh man.
Jeff promises to come on, or he's talking about a Beatles song. One or the other.
Wrong box set.
Yeah. I saw In Excess.
Oh, wow.
11 weeks before.
Wow.
Shake Michael's hand. He came down our aisle. Wow.
That's what I can say about John Prine is I saw like his last 6 shows.
Yeah.
One of his last 6 shows.
Wow.
Ish.
Yeah, I'm like that with Janice. I saw her 2 months before she died, or 3 months.
And I saw Michael Nesmith a little over a month and a half before he died.
Do you guys have one of those little what's that sticks that you put in your TV? You get the TV channels, you stick them into your
like a Roku?
Yeah, Roku.
Like an Amazon Fire? I have a Roku. That's all I have.
So there's a Roku channel, and there's a channel called Tubi or Tubby or something that's on there.
Yep.
They have tons of great music stuff, and I noticed today they had a bunch of all the Dick Cavett rock shows on. I was watching a few.
There's another one that you can pull up, Glenn. You would like this. It's I can't remember what it's called. We had it on the old Roku, my family, but it's like every Grateful Dead show.
Really?
Audio. Yeah, you can pull up any show.
Just the audio.
Any concert. You can just search, the year or whatever.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Well, that you got to be a real deadhead to do that. I got enough on physical media to do that. And another one coming. I asked for it for Christmas. I think my family's getting for me the new 17 CD box set with all the shows from Madison Square Gardens in 60, 81, 82, and 83, I think.
Wow.
So that's coming for Christmas.
I know they always do like the meetup at the movies, like
I know, it's never around me.
The 1st of November.
Same as I got ripped off on the Bowie thing. I never got to see Mooney's Daydream.
It's still showing here.
Yeah. It's not here anymore. I think you got to go to Toronto and see it.
It'll be on streaming.
And the King Crimson one that's supposed to be absolutely incredible. That's being streamed somewhere. I don't know.
This was fun, Glenn.
Pardon me?
I said this was fun.
It was fun. Thanks, guys, for doing this. I think maybe we'll shut her down.
Sounds good.
Yeah, I've got to go back into the office tomorrow.
Cool. Hey, Rob, I got to ask you. I was in sales for all my whole career too. And driving around like a maniac. What kind of stuff do you sell?
So I'm a supplier to the commercial woodworking industry.
Okay.
So I was for almost 20 years. I was a manufacturer's rep for a couple of different coatings companies, and now I'm working for a company selling to the same customers, but we do functional hardware.
Oh, okay.
It's not as exciting as it sounds.
You sell. So who would your end users be?
So the people that would manufacture your kitchen cabinets.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Yeah, I worked for plumbing industrial Crane Supply and selling pipe and steel pipe and valves and stuff like that for my
So very similar then. It's commercial sales. That's what
it was commercial
sales. I'm selling to manufacturers and
yeah. So I had all repeat customers. They were just all, relationship building shit.
Yep.
Yeah.
I actually manage our network of distributors in Ontario. Cool. So yeah.
Wow. Very
Pays
cool.
the bills.
Yeah. And then one day you'll be retired like me.
I'd retire tomorrow if I could.
Yeah, that's what I always said.
Yeah.
Then it finally happened.
Me too.
Yeah. Well, guys, have a great night. Thanks so much for coming on with me.
Thanks for having me on.
Thanks everybody in the chat.
We'll talk to you. Thanks for everyone watching. Really appreciate it.
See y'all.
See ya.